Hey, listen, I gotta be honest, you're gonna get all the noises in this one. My daughter's singing downstairs. I'm leaving the door open. Get over it. Welcome back to my channel, and if you've never been here before, I'm Fat Sajak, and I look like your cousin if she were a girl. Or, you know, however the hell that half-ass joke went. Today we are just doing a little quickie, updatey, viddy on everyone's favorite comedy connoisseur, Deaf Noodles. And if you're right now having non-flashbacks and asking yourself,
when was the last time I heard that name?
Well, you're perfectly correct in feeling that way. Just a quick reminder before we get started here on this update to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you like the video if you want to. Whatever, there's links in the description to things. Make sure you register to vote for Kamala Harris. So, last time we spoke of the old Noodle, he was on a Discord call having his final remaining simps sing his praises while he pretended to take any form of criticism on board.
It's a lot of stuff happening at one time, and then what? You make one weird move, and all of a sudden, everybody gets to fucking post videos about you that personally are hurting you.
Sorry, babe. Welcome to the internet. And his content overall had taken quite a dive. And I know what you're thinking, Sajak. It was already very low. How could it have gotten worse? The bar was already in hell. Yes, I agree. But then he put it on the Titanic submersible thing, and it just fucking exploded. And then one day, old Def just disappeared. But apparently not without first sympathy and kind of suicide waiting his subreddit that he ran himself. I think we went over that in the last one. He ruined the subreddit about him. It's up there if you want it. You can. Which way does it come up? I don't remember. It's up there. It's up there. It's gonna be one of those spots. So let's take a look at some of the things he was baiting about. And don't worry, we're getting to a larger point here. Should I start a GoFundMe? I'm losing money so fast, and I'm so indebted. My life is falling apart. How can I start making money fast to pay for all my bills? $32,000 in the red every month. This is not sustainable, but I can't stop it now. I'm in too deep. This was from the subreddit, the Deaf Noodle subreddit. So there's that. And the thing about it is, and we're gonna see this more and more as we go through it, it's really hard to take anything he says at face value anymore because he has spent so much time shitposting and so much time trolling, and not in a good fun way, but in a dickish way. I want to give up. Also from the subreddit. I have no reason to keep going. I've ruined my life. Everyone hates me. I let too many people down. I don't think there's much I can do to make things right. I'm just a fuck-up failure, and I'm fated to a life of misery. I'm sorry for dumping this on all of you. You're all too kind to listen to this and give me advice. I'm just too embarrassed to actually put any of this in a video. I can't face a camera and see myself saying the truth. It's hard to just admit it here. I can't do it on camera. And then a mod underneath this says, I'm so lost. What's going on? I stopped watching YouTube years ago. What's the downfall? What happened? Me, when I was still in Dennis's Discord. Also from the subreddit. Should I just end it all? I was told by several recruiters today that I am not employable because of all the information they found about me on the internet. I applied to be an Uber Eats and Lyft driver, but they won't approve my application because I can't afford a car, and my credit is so bad they won't let me rent one either. I am irredeemable. I've done some awful things and let down a lot of people, and I don't think I'll ever be able to make the situation right again. I don't see any other way out. I have ruined my life. It's over, so why try? So this is very suicide baity, you know? And whether or not it's legitimate, it's a cry for help. And granted, it's a very different cry for very different help, depending on whether or not this is legitimate and not him trolling. And I'm not making an opinion on that one way or the other, to be completely honest with you. So he eventually wiped his YouTube channel, and wiped his Twitter and his Instagram as well. And turns out his comedy club is closed forever. Who could have saw that coming? Who could have seen that coming? Any lesbian from Detroit probably could have saw that coming.
But Sajak, it seems like he's having a hard time. Why are you even talking about this?
Great question, stranger. Now, my first thought was, hey, his face looks kind of crooked. But who am I to talk? My eyes are always in different zip codes. My second thought was, is this even real? Because in the age of AI and trolling and the internet in general, in the state that it's in, you kind of have to wonder. Also, like, in the sense of, like, is this a real legitimate thing that's going to happen? And also, like, is this real? Like, why is this happening? Did any of those words make sense? I don't know. If you're unaware, you need to go back and to inform yourself on the lore, if you give a fuck, of this particular nonsense, because Dennis and Kim have a very, very storied history of being whatever the internet iteration of sworn enemies would be. There was a defamation suit even, many call-outs, just all kinds of fun shit. It was really a delightful time to be alive and on the internet. So what the hell is this? I suppose we will find out in a few days. In the meantime, I'll be over here looking forward to his short-form content, which will, I'm sure, be very funny and not at all sad and completely unfunny. Now, the new noodle news does not stop there as well, because first of all, I'm going to need you to take this next part with a big grain of salt, because it's hard to know the legitimacy of really any of this, to be completely honest with you. So I'm just presenting you with the information that I have come across, and you can make up your own mind about this. I'm not stating facts here, just some crudely formed opinions and screenshots. After a tip from a gentleman named Eduardo on Twitter, who had a run-in with Dennis a few months ago, which we covered in the last video. So again, a lot of information in the last video. I'm not going to sit here and regurgitate it all, okay? What am I, a good storyteller? So after a tip from Eduardo, I went over to the subreddit and I came across this. Scenes from an alleged new Discord. Hey, how's everyone doing? Well, first off, I guess I owe people a little more about what fucking happened, so here goes. I wasn't fucking suicide baiting. I was in the middle of a fucking severe whippet addiction when I left to become a professional Uber driver. What a fucking joke. The fucking joke was me. It all started from the stream that got me wrongfully banned, which I believe involved drugs, is what I think I read in passing. Don't quote me on that. I said I learned my lesson and that it was fucking stupid, but I couldn't help myself as I drove idiot fucking people around and heard their stupid fucking stories. I began to hate life even more. I realized that I fucking hated everyone and everything. I was in a fucking car crash and ended up in a coma. Fuck. I woke up the day Trump got shot. In more ways than one. I couldn't fucking believe what I was seeing. I saw him raise his fist up in the air with his head all fucking bloody after taking a fucking bullet, and I fucking knew I had to come back. If this man could do that, I can get my fucking shit together and beat the whippet addiction and start making some fucking videos again. Anyway, thanks for all the love. I'm gonna let that one sink in for you for just a second. Let's just take a minute to stare at each other. Great, we did it. I hope I did it. One of my eyes surely did it. Weird that you can be addicted to a subgenre of greyhounds. Now, Dennis took to not only, I believe, Instagram, but also the subreddit to say, impersonator, this Discord account is not me. I also don't have a new Discord server. If I ever do start one again, I will share it in one of my verified accounts. Well then, that was keep up with me. The initial post was on a Discord server. That response from Dennis, from what was legitimately Dennis's account, as we have seen in the past, was on Reddit. And this next one is back on Discord. Everyone, I have been told that there is an impersonator impersonating me on Reddit. I am not an impersonator. He's the impersonator impersonating me. I am Solid Dennis and he is Liquid Dennis. This is fake news. with a screenshot of the Reddit post about an impersonator. In the end, it is Dennis, maybe, who is saying that Dennis, who was a Whippet addict, was an impersonator, but the Dennis on Reddit is impersonating the impersonator who was impersonating him on Discord. Do you see why this one is a little hard to verify? Now, and again, in my opinion, Dennis has done a lot of shit posting over the course of the past year or two and has given us no reason to believe really anything he has to say. Now, I will say the capitalization or lack thereof, the speech patterns, the use of fuck every 2 seconds, they do match. So, is it my opinion that both of these people are Dennis? Yeah, it is. But that's just my opinion. I can't verify that. I'm not stating it as fact. But given his history, given the way he's behaved online, and given the fact that he's got a segment in Drama Alert coming up in the next few days, yeah, it does feel like this would be the time where the shit posting would start. But I have no definitive answers. You're just gonna have to make up your own mind about this one and steer clear of the Ready Whip. One other thing that I found kind of interesting about this whole thing is people were posting their experiences with Dennis having like messaged them kind of like a weirdo. There were a lot of like really weird, uncomfortable messages, which I'll just like leave up here. You can pause to read if you want. There's barely any like conversation going through it, so like if you want to read them you can. The one I found really interesting was there was a gentleman named Ian. He went on to say he was putting in time at the comedy club before it closed, and he eventually came to find that Dennis was who he is, the Deaf Noodles persona. Which, like, how you didn't know before you signed onto there. I guess there's people that are far enough removed from the internet that they probably wouldn't know. But he came to find out who Dennis was, and then he came to find out that, as he alleges, that Dennis was plagiarizing his advertisements for local stand-ups. Just straight up taking them. So, like, I don't know what's going on with Dennis. Things still seem to be quite unhinged. But this all just leaves me with one burning question. What the fuck? Your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. I don't know. I have more questions than answers after all of this. And if some of it was hard to follow, I'm sorry. It's hard to follow. I'm gonna go because it's hot in here. Thanks so much for being here. If you like this video, like, subscribe, whatever, all the things. Call to action. I'm calling you to action. The most important action is just go down there and make sure you're registered to vote. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!